Welcome. My name is Emily Schickli, and I am honored that you have decided to journey with me in this movement practice. I'm going to be combining a variety of different disciplines designed to support you in getting out of your head, putting away those stressors, the to-dos, the responsibilities, so that you can drop into your body and be in the now. So if you're ready for all of that goodness and to move and feel good and play and have fun on your mat, so you can feel even better off your mat, let's go ahead and get started with a deep breath. So close your eyes for a moment. Take a big breath into your belly, pushing it out in front of you. Inhale into your heart. Exhale out your mouth. Beautiful. Let's get started. So let's actually begin standing today for our feel good flow. So go ahead and take your feet a little bit wider than hips width distance. So normally you might be standing maybe with a foot between your feet. Go ahead and take about 2 feet or maybe more. Start. Slight bend in your knees here. You can stand like I am on the long width of your mat, or you can stand on the short side as well. So go ahead and take a deep breath in, slight bend in your knees, reach your arms up overhead, take a big stretch. Up to the sky, lifting up your chest, shrug your shoulder blades up to your ears, really tight here, and then exhale as you breathe out, shrug your shoulder blades down and flop them. So go for kind of a dead weight, almost like a puppet lost its strings. So shrug your shoulder blades all the way up to your ears, big breath in, exhale. Really allow them to collapse. Let's do one more of those. So inhale, big breath in. This time maybe rise up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, lower your heels, flop your arms down. Nice. Take a big swing of your arms. Again, bending your knees so you're not locking out your joints. I actually like to lift up my heels as I rock side to side. And allow your arms to flop around your body. We're just relaxing all of our joints, getting into our muscles, waking up our bodies. Take a deep breath into your belly. Exhale out your mouth. Almost like you're fogging up a mirror, make a big ha sound when you exhale. So inhale into your belly. Exhale out your mouth. Good. Take a couple more rotations here. So you can get into your hips a little bit more. So notice I'm really picking up my heel as I twist and then lowering back down. Squeeze your glute, right and left. Just waking up our body. We're telling our nervous system we're about to move. And also that it's okay to relax. So when we're stressed out, oftentimes we go into freeze. Sometimes fight and flight, you may be familiar with that as well. But when we do, all of our muscles get really tight and our joints freeze up. So starting with a few low-key twists and some gentle movement can be really helpful to just shift gears energetically. Go ahead and slow your hands and your feet. Take a big breath in, reach your arms out one more time. This time, bend your knees slightly here before you fold at the waist, turning your toes inwards. So taking a little bit of a wide-legged forward fold here to start. You can press your hands into your mat or the floor if that's available to you. If your hands are floating, your legs are feeling really tight today, just bend your knees even more. So you're almost in a little bit of a squat position. See if you can relax your head and neck down. So actually gazing up your belly button even more than behind you. Take a big breath into your belly, tense your palms, so pressing up onto your fingertips into the floor, or you can press your hands to your shins for more support. Big breath in. And as you exhale, flop it down into your fold. You can bob your head, yes. Shake it, no. Again, we're just loosening up our muscles here. Let's do one more of those. So tense your palms, big inhale, flat back. Exhale, flop it out. Good. Now walk your right hand over to your left ankle. I'm going to get into a little bit of a pretzel stretch here. Clasp your right hand over to your left ankle. Clasp your right hand on your ankle.
Then wrap your left hand around your right ankle. So just crossing your arms here. Notice which arm is on top. Your left arm should be on top. Start to bend your right knee a little bit more for some space. And then see if you can twist your body, your torso towards your right ankle. So we're opening up in a little bit of a twist here. You might feel your right hamstring wake up and say hello. Just breathe into it here. Depending on your mobility today, you might open up all the way underneath your left armpit. But don't force anything, we're just getting started. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, come back to center. Go ahead and switch the crossing of your arms. Now your right hand, right arm is on top of your left arm. Take a deep breath in. Turn your twist towards your left leg. So same thing that we did on the opposite side. Again, relax your head and neck down, maybe gazing up underneath your right armpit. Bend your left knee for a little bit more support. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out your mouth. It's a big stretch for your back. Take another big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Good. Relax, come back to center. Now place your hands on the ground and take a knee. So finding your kneeling position, both knees on the ground. Now, if you're not sideways on your mat like I am right now, you'll want to be, unless you don't have space, or unless you have space facing the other direction. Go ahead and place your weight into your left knee. Exhale, extend your right leg out. So you're in almost a little bit of a crouch here. Maybe it's a little bit of a starting block position for a race that we're not going to do today. So take a big breath in. We're stretching our right leg out long. Exhale, line your left hand up next to your left leg. So we're going sideways down the mat, almost like in a modified plank here. Give yourself lots of room for your chest to expand. We're stretching out the side of our hip and our abdominals, as well as our back here. Take a big breath in, reach your right arm overhead. Nice inhale into your belly. Exhale out of your mouth. If you want a little bit more in your stretch, you can walk your left hand further down your mat and shift your weight further into your left leg. So I'm just shifting forward, dragging my right foot so that I'm stacking my shoulder on top of my wrist. You might feel a little bit of a rainbow arch in your side body. If you can lift up a little bit more, separating the ribs, getting into all of those little muscles. Big breath in. Exhale out. Now inhale, sweep your right hand down, surrounding your spine. Come back to all fours, both knees on the ground. And to the other side. Inhale, extend your left leg out long, planting your foot, pressing through the knife edge of the outer side of your foot. Inhale, place your right hand next to your right knee. Exhale, lift your left arm up. Now again, you can adjust here if you want more of a stretch in your side body. Inch your right hand further away from you, dragging your left foot with you. You just don't want to put your weight too far ahead of your right hip. So keep your joints stacked here. Inhale, lift your arm up to the sky. Exhale, maybe over your head. Whew. Big breath into your body. Exhale out your mouth. If you want to separate your ribs a little bit more, get into those tiny muscles, find a little bit of a curve here. So you're reaching up out of your hip, stretching into your psoas, your transverse abdominals. Big breath in. Exhale out. This is honestly one of my favorite stretches to do, especially if you sit a lot. We've held a lot of pressure in our hip creases and our low backs. This is a great release for that. Big breath in. Exhale, round your left arm forward, taking your time here to articulate your spine. Then exhale, find your all fours, your tabletop. Now go ahead and rotate lengthwise on your mat. So we're in a normal tabletop pose. Let's take a cat-cow. Inhale, dip your belly down, lift your heart. Exhale, round your back. Nice. Take a couple more of those, listening to your body, playing around to see what feels good. Maybe you round over one shoulder, switching sides, almost like you're wagging your tail, like a dog. And then slowly come back to your neutral spine. Exhale, tuck your toes,
Walk your hands back, placing them on your hips. Now, if you have really sensitive knees, I encourage you to just kneel. So rise up, hips above, rather than resting on your heels. Now, if you start to feel a lot of pain or tension in the back of your feet, you'll also want to kneel rather than pressing weight onto your heels. If you like this stretch, don't worry, we're not going to be here for too long. Just breathe into it. Oftentimes we forget to stretch our feet, and they do so much for us throughout the day. So take a deep breath in, maybe reaching your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Let's go ahead and tap it out. So finding all fours again, tapping the tops of your feet. Let that go. Nice. This time keep your feet flat unless you want to go for another stretch. Walk your hands up to your hips. We're going to get into our neck and our shoulders here for a little bit. If it's uncomfortable to kneel, you can find a cross-legged seat. Inhale, arms out in front of you, almost like you're going to zombie walk here. See if you can lower your hands and plug your shoulder blades into their sockets. So instead of rounding your upper back, you want to have a nice flat back here. Arms are retracted. Take a deep breath in, cross your right elbow over your left. So we're finding a little bit of an X in front of your face. These are called eagle arms. We're prepping for that, a kneeling version today. So you can lift your elbows so that they are perpendicular to your body, almost at a right angle, and then shrug your shoulder blades again back into your body. So again, we're not rounding here in the spine, nice flat back. See if you can engage your core, so tuck your pelvis a little bit. Oftentimes we tend to stick our booties out. See if you can close your rib cage by tucking your pelvis, squeezing your core. That'll help protect your spine, keep your back nice and long. Take a deep breath in. See if you can lift your elbows at maybe 1 to 2 inches. You might feel some tension in the back of your shoulders. That's the point. Exhale, lower your elbows down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now, if you're feeling pretty open in your back today, you can add on a twist or a bind. So if your hands are out like this is a slightly easier version on your back. If you want more, you can bring your palms to touch, finding a bind in your eagle arms. So again, elbows lift up, exhale down. 2 more of those. Inhale, elbows lift up. Don't forget your core activation here. Exhale down. Last one, elbows up. Staying here at the elevated position, start to rotate your spine. So we're not moving our hips, just rotate your spine towards your right. Getting in that external rotation. Exhale, rotate left. And just notice how that changes the stretch in your shoulders. Maybe you're starting to feel a little bit of a burn right now. I know I am. Take a deep breath in, shoulders down away from your ears. Again, if you find that you tried the bind and your shoulders hike all the way up, keep your hands nice and open here. Exhale, let that go. Let's shimmy it out. Again, dead weight with your arms, nice floppy fish arms, like we started class with. Inhale, place your palms tented above your elbows, so fingertips touching your delts or the tops of your shoulders. Let's do a couple of butterfly rotations here. So this just releases all of that lactic acid that we built up and helps you really relax into that greater mobility that we worked. Exhale, switch directions. Taking your time here. So like, see if you can practice some deliciousness in your yoga practice today. Take a deep breath in. You want to add a little bit of a shoulder roll, maybe a chest opener. You can lift your chest up high. Exhale, bring your elbows in. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, release, nice. Shake it up. We're going to do the other side of our eagle stretch. So arms out in front of you. If your knees are getting a little tired, you can give them a break. You can also find a pillow. Take a little seat if you want. I'm going to do that just to demo it. Arms out in front of you. This time, exhale, left elbow inside your right. So again, you want to start with this big wide X and then only add on if you feel like you need more. Shoulder blades into their socket, down your back. Squeeze your core even if you're seated. Nice tall spine here. Big breath in. Exhale, start to move. Maybe dip down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, down. Use your breath here. Really helps release tension. So imagine you're sending your inhale into your shoulder blades or wherever you're feeling that tension or tightness in your body. You can even close your eyes if that feels good. Really getting inwards rather than outwards. If you want to add on, you can bring your palms together. Again, doing a couple more of these pulses, nice and slow. Shrug your shoulders down your back, and keeping your neck nice and long, shoulders away from your ears. Last two. And one, start to rotate your spine. Again, your torso, squeeze your core almost like you're wringing out a washcloth. Exhale, switch sides. You can open up your hands again if you're starting to slump forwards. Exhale, twist. One more. I know I'm feeling it. And exhale, let it go. Whew. Kind of like dead weights now. So let's find that butterfly shoulder roll again. Placing your fingertips here. This time, start to play more of that chest and back body rounding and then expansion. So almost like you're closing the book with your elbows and inhale, opening the pages. Exhale, close, squeeze your belly. Inhale, open. Exhale, flop your hands down, shake it out, let it go. Inhale, come back to tabletop. Now, find a little bit of a child's pose. So pressing your hips back, arms out long. We're just going to take a bit of a rest here. Let that beautiful stretch settle in. Bring your knees together to release your low back. Arms up in front of you, tuck your chin into your chest. See if you can really tuck your chin all the way to your chest. So as much as possible to round here, releasing your neck. One more big breath in, slowly switch your hands back behind you, tuck your chin in, press your weight onto the crown of your head, maybe tucking your toes, finding rabbit pose. So now we're rounding in our back body, releasing tension in our shoulders. It's kind of like the opposite of what we just did in our eagle stretch. Big breath in, exhale out. Inhale, come back to tabletop. Exhale, press your hips up to the sky, finding downward dog. And bend one knee at a time. That feels good on your calves, your hamstrings. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out your mouth. One more big breath in. Exhale, inch your toes up towards your hands, finding a forward fold again. This time this is a narrow forward fold rather than the one that we started with. So you can tuck your wrists into your elbows. Just hang your head here, generous bend in your knees. Nod your head yes, shake your head no. One more big breath in. Exhale out your mouth. You can stay here if you like, or if you want to release your neck even more. Interlace your fingers, gently place your palms behind the base of your head and allow your head to curl in towards your chest. So now you might feel a stretch all the way back down your neck, into your shoulder blades, maybe even all the way to your tailbone. Big bend in your knees here, just allowing gravity to help you release. So we're not pulling the neck here, it's just gentle weights, your hands. One more big breath in, keep your hands here, bend your knees even more, excuse me, even more deeply. Start to stack your spine. So rising up like an accordion, inhale, head and chest, maybe open up, you can release your hands to the side, that feels good. Exhale out your mouth, flop your hands down like we started class. Let's do one more of those. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, flop them down. Give a little wiggle, a little shimmy, a little shake. I'm gonna do one full vinyasa. So inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold at your knees. A little sun salutation here. Inhale, halfway, lift hands to your shins, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands into your mat. You can step back for plank pose, or if you're keeping it much more restorative, just come down to your knees like I am here. You can shift your weight forward into a modified plank. Exhale, melt all the way to the mat. So even if you were in full plank, come all the way to the mat. Place your forehead on the ground. Inhale, bend your elbows up towards the sky, press into your fingertips. So imagine you have tiny mountains here, like you're the Grand Tetons, but in miniature. Exhale, shrug your shoulders down your back, lift up out of your shoulders. So we're not craning our neck up. That kind of defeats the whole point. Instead, this is a little bit more focused on your shoulders, squeezing your core and activating your back. Big breath in. Exhale, melt back down. So a little bit of a chest opener. If you want more, you can interlace your hands behind your back and lift up with your shoulders. So two versions, one supported, one active. Big breath in, exhale, melt back down. Pancake one ear to the mat. Lift your shins off the mat and start to flop your legs side to side. So a little low back release here. Take one more big breath in. Exhale, just sort of glom yourself onto your back, very technical term. So you're sort of noodling over onto your back. A little bit of a rotation, almost like you're rolling over in your sleep. Maybe you're on your stomach, roll onto your back. Bend your knees, feet flat on your mat. We're going to activate our core one more time and release our low back. So bend your elbows, goalpost arms. Exhale, flop your knees to your right. Big breath in, pull your knees back to center. Exhale, flop left. Inhale, come back to center. Now exhale, float your knees up. So now your feet are above your mat. Now exhale, flop your knees to the right. We're going to stay here in a little reclined twist. You can gaze over your left shoulder. Big breath in. Exhale out your mouth. Again, allow this to become delicious. So if you can get a little bit more comfortable, go for it. If you can get a little deeper in your stretch, lean into it. See if you can allow your shoulders to be heavy, relaxed on the mat. Maybe exploring what it'd be like to surrender into this twist. Big breath in. Exhale, switch sides. If you flop off your mat, that's okay. Just gaze in the opposite direction. And see if you can breathe into your belly. Then exhale, surrender. Allow your shoulders to be heavy. Not worrying about which shape you're in or if you're getting the most out of it. Just see if you can relax into it. Big breaths. Exhale out. Good. Now take one more big breath in. Exhale, come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze here. Now I invite you to finish off with any stretches that are calling your name, or maybe a little gentle movement. So for me, for whatever reason, I want to rotate my hips. So just moving my legs around my hip joints. You're welcome to follow me if you'd like to do that. Or maybe you go into a figure four, stretching out your hips, your glutes. Ooh, that feels pretty good. Maybe do a combo. Maybe you go for a happy baby, catching your feet or your ankles. So just allow your intuition here, your body to guide you, whatever feels good to close your practice. Now when you're ready, find your Shavasana, your final resting pose, legs out long, maybe arms down by your sides. Or if it feels more comfortable, you can place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. We're just going to take a couple of deep breaths here. I'll close out with some music. Go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath into your belly. Exhale out your mouth, stick out your tongue. Lion's breath. This is a really cooling breath, especially for a hot day. If you're feeling that, or maybe even a cold day. Take a deep breath into your belly. Exhale, stick out your tongue. One more of those big, big breaths. Inhale, fill your belly and hold. Exhale, stick out your tongue. Go ahead and seal your lips. Taking one more big restorative breath. Exhale out your nose. Maybe reach your hands overhead. Take a full body stretch here. I always like to puff up my chest when I do this on my back. And roll over to one side, just taking a moment here, acknowledging the fact that you took this time for yourself. Sometimes that can feel really challenging. So just honoring your body, honoring your mind for giving your body a break. I'm going to honor your heart here for continuing to beat, for guiding you to this practice. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale out. And slowly make your way into a seat. And pancake your hands over your heart if you want to find prayer. Place your hands on your knees. And we'll just close practice one more deep breath together. Inhale into your belly. Exhale out your mouth. Namaste.